Greetings, I'm Caffeine Rage, and I'm back with more of Let's Play Spintires MudRunner. And join me, the MVP of my heart is...
Aw, gaming psychologist.
What, you want something vaguely mean instead?
That's what I'm used to.
You act like I always abuse you. I'm not Katie.
That is true. You're not.
But yeah, we finished the map, so we're on to Noristh Dam.
Indeed.
So is this a goddamn?
It's a goddamn dam.
Alright, so I've only toyed around with it basically to make sure that it runs. And
Yeah,
that's about it. I did swap out trucks. We've been sitting here doing podcast business off, well, I almost said off stream, but that's not quite correct. Off screen. And gave us time to toy around with the trucks. I believe the stock is a C class, but I can't recall what one. So I swapped mine to...
stock is...
So I swapped mine to the D538, one of the DLC trucks.
Yeah, the stock is the C65111, which I exchanged for the C255.
Which is a good truck.
And then the A... What is it? The A969?
Yeah,
I changed
here I'm a little shocked
B131.
that you would pass up a 69.
Wink. I don't like that little truck. I mean, it's okay. It's not like bad, but I don't really like it all that much.
It has versatility. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I'm picking a bigger truck for this one. Like I said, I have partially explored this map, so I know a little bit about what to expect.
Let's see. Now, the problem is I have no idea where the fuck I'm going at first. So I may help you explore for a little bit. Huh. I have a 3160 or 3151 just sitting down here unlocked.
Where's the...
Well, that's yo, very nice of them, huh?
Yeah. Where's there? Nope. Yep. That's it. That's what I want. The 3151. Oh yeah, I know where that is.
No, it was completely unlocked for me. I went to switch to the A class.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would get a waypoint to know where the hell I'm going. And I saw I had 3 trucks instead of 2. So fine then.
Yeah, I forgot that it starts at you with that one too. There's also, I think, 2 cars on the map. Because along the top of the dam, it's all paved road. Although the cars, I mean, they handle like shit.
Oh, well, that's kind of the point of the cars. You know, they're there as a joke, almost.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, it was hilarious when we did our little run of cars.
With the fridges on top to get the garage.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing the waypoint down here. It kind of looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. That way, you know, whenever I start hauling logs, I have a clue where I'm heading. Because with the D class, you don't want to, you know, just be going out completely out of your way, huh?
No, not really. But I grabbed the all garage parts. I'm gonna go get the garage and explore. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be playing a ton of Dwarf Fortress because I'll be at my parents' house.
And trying to ignore them?
No, as long as we don't talk about politics or religion or the fact that I had dinner with my trans friend, we'll be fine. And we'll have an okay time.
So in other words, it's not going to be an okay time.
My mom wants to play World of Warcraft together and some board games, and Dad will just sit and talk to us and drink until he's ready to go to bed. And then Mom and I will probably talk for a little longer, but she'll go to bed by like 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's a bit of a drop. Oh. Time for a flip.
Did you crash?
Yeah. I was kind of screwed either way because I cut through the woods.
Yeah.
Because I don't know this map, so I decided to just go straight.
Right.
And I had too much momentum to really stop. It was just complete drop-off. But hey, is that an actual highway?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. It's like a 4-lane highway that goes across the top of the dam.
But, you know, pretty much accomplished what I wanted to. I got a little bit of an idea of where things are. Plus, I added some scenery to the map.
Oh, I see what you did. Okay.
Yeah. Since I had no idea where I was going.
Yeah. Where
it basically
you crashed to get to that watch point.
Yeah, it basically just drops off.
Yeah.
Hey, on most maps that would have been perfectly alright, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, if I approached it a little bit straighter, I would have been fine, but because I was a little catty corner there, the truck flipped.
Before we end the map, you have to drive something off the dam. That's fun. It's a very long way down.
Well, on the plus side, we have 2 cars each.
Yeah.
I think I figured out how we're going to end this map. Car race off the map, off the dam.
Whee!
But why do I have a feeling tomorrow night I'm going to be getting all sorts of questions about Dwarf Fortress?
I've been playing a little bit beyond generating the world, but it's mostly just been like messing around with it, poking around, trying to learn things. I've not sat down for any extended period of time and like really dug into it.
Looking at any tutorials?
No. Like if I get stuck or if I'm like, okay, I'm just not getting it, I'm going to.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try and do as much as I can without having to get help. Just to try and experience.
It is one of those games that once you get over the hump, it's actually not nearly as bad as all the memes and jokes make it out to be.
Yeah, I mean, most games like that, or most games are like that.
It's just Dwarf Fortress isn't helped by the fact that its UI, I admit, is pretty shit. But supposedly it's going to be replaced at some point once it's actually out of alpha. The developer pretty much just said there's no use really working on the UI because it's going to be broken again by adding a bunch of other stuff on top of it. So let's just worry about getting systems in place to make the game more fun first. Which I don't blame them there.
I don't know, I might rather have a better UI. The UI is pretty bad.
Well, maybe it's just me being a bit of an older gamer. You know, I've played games that was like this before. You know.
Yeah, I don't think I ever have actually. I mean, I've played text adventure games, but that's not the same kind of thing. And then I like I've never played the original Rogue or anything like that. So these, ASCII character games like
Are you at least running a tile set?
no. I'm straight up just default for now.
Oh, you're going hardcore.
I've got all that stuff. I've got a list of mods like that were recommended by people, and I've got them all ready, but being completely fresh, I like to play games unmodded for a little bit to get a feel for them before I start just changing.
Please tell me you're at least planning on using Dwarf Therapist.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. That's in my list.
Yeah, that not using Dwarf Therapist is crazy. Crazy town. Just because there's two systems in the game that are by far the worst to manage, and Dwarf Therapist handles both of them. The military and the job screen.
We've got, what, 2 weeks left before October Game Club?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Probably this weekend/week, I'll go stock unless it just, becomes unbearable. And then the week before, I'll do some stuff with mods. I mean, I know that the gap between your and my experience with this game is going to be pretty wide, but I'm willing to willing to deal with it. I just had a little bit of an accident.
Well, not as much as you may think, because they have added a lot of stuff since the last time I really played. I mean, the entire sending squads of troops out to raid things, that's new that I never did before.
Yeah, but you're not having to learn the entire game.
Yeah, true.
You're just having to learn the differences. I mean, it's the same thing you've brought up about games like Factoria and stuff before.
Yeah, which maybe we should put Factoria back on the list now.
Yeah. Since I'm doing Dwarf Fortress. I mean, I totally understand. I'm not, trying to pressure you or anything. I get it. But I'm just whatever.
Factoria is one of those games that I want to like a lot more than I do. But it also may be just the fact that it's early access still,
Yeah.
Or one of those games that I like the idea more of than anything else.
You know what I've been doing some of this week? Watching angry video game nerd videos.
I haven't watched his stuff in ages. I know he still makes them.
Yeah. I went to just his channel or Cinemassacre and just went to the playlist that's all AVGN episodes. And I just started with the newest episodes, and I'm working my way backwards.
Yeah.
Because I kind of remember around where I stopped watching them in real time, but I don't remember exactly. So I'm just going to watch the new stuff and work my way back. And his newer stuff, he's still managed to be very relevant. He's done a good job of adjusting to, sort of meet what people expect from YouTubers. He's still got some of his old angry shtick, but it's much more reserved. Yeah, much more refined. He actually does a lot more criticism these days, but they're not full-blown, boring reviews. It's a mix of his old, classic style with more modern ways of reviewing and critiquing games. It's really good. Plus, he does he still does tons of really sort of B-movie level effects for things to make them fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one of the cars across the dam just to have that blocked on my screen.
Yeah. Oh shit! What did I just run into? Rock or a log or something. His episode that he did on Polybius though was it freaked me the fuck out. I know that Polybius is just
a bullshit
myth.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bullshit myth. But for I should have known. I should have known when he started it, like the way he was doing it, like it must have been around Halloween or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like really freaky, and I don't like scary stuff. And it kind of scared me. It's still a good episode though. But just like towards the end when it started to get really freaky. Have you seen what's the channel name? Xbox Ahoy? Or does he just go by Ahoy now?
I've seen him. I don't think I follow him.
He's a pretty sporadic poster. Like he's this weird combination of a hobbyist level YouTuber, but is like a super popular YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got, hundreds of thousands of subs, but he posts maybe...
He's an anomaly.
Yeah, he posts maybe 6 videos a year. But he did one on Polybius, and it was like an hour or a 90-minute video. There was like a deep dive, like trying to find the truth.
Yeah, I
about
think I've
Polybius.
watched that actually. And basically, it's a combination of a couple news articles and some hearsay.
Yeah, that's just like been blown out of proportion over the years. But it was fun to watch him track it all back.
And it was actually a gambling ring that was broken up, wasn't it, or something like that?
I don't remember that part. All right, so that's the other garage unlocked.
Hey, the car was actually useful.
Nice. I'm going to go around and get the rest of the watch points and unlock the D class.
Yeah, I'll just, I wanted to get the dam as much uncovered as I could to figure out my path. Because I have a feeling this is one of those maps that you don't want to take the wrong way, especially with a trailer.
Yeah. Although it would be interesting to try and take a trailer up like this sort of mountain path area. Huh. That's weird.
What?
More weird physics issues with the like mud. Instead of like sinking down, the mud is like growing up around my tires. Almost like I'm building a mud bridge behind me.
Weird. Yeah, I'm still trying to find my path to get from the logging station, so. I mean, I think I know where I'm supposed to head, but I don't want to, screw up more.
Yeah.
Boy, when you hit mud, you lose all momentum. I never noticed that.
Yep, it kind of suctions you in.
I hope they fix that in the next version of MudRunner. Also kind of hope that they keep the whole loyalty thing going. I mean, granted, I don't expect it to be nearly as strong as they have it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, but
right,
that's damn generous, huh?
Yeah. All right, so there's the D class. For you.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. It starts like buried and damaged, but you can just recover it to the garage. I'm just gonna recover to the garage. Save me a few minutes.
All right, it's this bridge. All right. This is what I saw when I did my playtest on this to make sure that, the map actually loads.
Yep, that's a good thing to check. Now, I don't seem to be having any issues with frame rate on this map.
But this is also a much simpler map.
Yeah. You know what? I wonder if it's just the sheer size of the maps and something to do with how they're loaded up. Because
Perhaps.
Lighthouse is a pretty big map, and Road Trip was a ginormous map.
Road Trip was a mistake, let's be honest.
But this is a much smaller, I would say more normal-sized map. Wonder if anyone watching this, when they get to this point, is going to question why I'm using a large truck as an exploration vehicle.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure. Well, assuming that we even get views on this, because let's be honest, modded maps on MudRunner, I don't expect to get a lot of views to begin with. And MudRunner's already kind of an old game. I've gotten a few views. Don't get me wrong. I do have people that watch my stuff.
Yeah.
Which honestly is sometimes a surprise.
I've gotten quite a few views for MudRunner in comparison to other stuff that we have done in the past. Even on the modded stuff, even Road Trip, my episodes are getting several views per. I haven't checked on them in a little bit. The older ones, see if they're...
Oh, here's the C375, or at least for me.
Yep.
Yeah, the watch point should be around here somewheres. I mean, it just makes more sense to tag team this. Hello. Oh, there it is.
Hello.
Fancy. And that's pretty much what I was expecting on this. So that's all the watch points.
Sweet. For,
Oh, that's the D-Class. That's all buried and damaged and out of fuel. Alone.
For any viewer who is watching and wondering why I'm using this instead of one of the A-Class trucks to explore, due to all of the mud and stuff on this map, I prefer to have the 6-wheel drive to help dig through it. Plus, it's got directional tires, which help as well. None of the A-Class vehicles have directional tires. They just have standard off-road tires.
All right, well, I'm going to take these logs to the island and then head back and grab another load.
I guess I could just switch to this up here. C255.
I always hit the wrong shoulder button for lion horn.
Go.
So what are you planning on raiding with your mom?
I don't know. I'm not even level 110 yet, which is the Legion max level.
Yeah, it seems like people's the luster's kind of worn off already for Legion, and people are complaining.
I mean, it usually only lasts about a month or so, and then people start complaining. It's been, what, 6-8 weeks since Legion, or not Legion, since Battle for Azeroth released.
Honestly, I don't know.
It's Battle for Azeroth. Legion was the last one, which is what Mom and I are both playing, because that's included in like the WoW sort of base pack or whatever, just like the standard version.
Yeah, I have to admit, I was a little tempted to get back into WoW when I started seeing people, talking about Battle for Azeroth. But I just started looking at all the changes, and especially, I guess it was Mr. Pandera or one of the patches after it. Basically, this is what killed it for me. All right, someone said, "Okay, go look at this very specific patch," and it was the one that was prepping for the next expansion. And look at your class, and look at all the stuff they removed. And I would say half my old loadout was just gone. This spell removed. This spell is only for the elemental spec now. This spell is gone. This spell has been retooled to replace this spell. This is not the game I want to play anymore.
I like the simplification because I just don't have the time or the energy or the desire to devote as much time as I used to figuring that stuff out and picking what build I like best and things like that. I also like the changes, the abilities that they've added to the hunter, which is my main. I like all the changes they've made to that class so far. The Beastmaster talent tree, which is what I spec'd into.
Oh, so you go for a good BM.
Oh yeah. Received a lot of love in the Legion expansion.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
Yeah, I remember back when I played, Beastmaster was the choke spec, if I recall correctly. Granted, I'd never really played Hunter. I had a Hunter at one point, but I just never put enough time into it. Like, I had a Rogue and just never put enough time into it to really get a feel for it. I know I hated Rogues with a passion because at the time, or at one point during my play, PvP gear was actually better than PvE gear for a particular tier of raiding. And trying to raid as an enhancement, or I should say, trying to PvP as an enhancement shaman is just I may as well at certain points just turn off my monitor and walk away, because there's just no tools in my arsenal to deal with certain things. And it wasn't so much rock, paper, scissors balance. It was, pretty much any of the primary melee classes could just completely own me because they had dedicated stuns, they had dedicated crowd control, and the enhancement spec at the time. But if I got a hold of a caster, I would just punch them in the face until they died. So, yeah, there was some balance there, and there were classes that I was able to deal with fairly easily. But at the same time, it was exercising frustration because there weren't as many of those around as there were, rogues and warriors and that sort of thing.
Did you use the logging station over here? Or did you use a crane in the kiosk? The logging station's not working for me.
I just used the kiosk because I realized that in order to turn around, I would already be in position for the station.
The logging station might be broken because I pulled up inside of it and it did not let me use it.
I didn't even bother with it. I just drove right through it. Boy, this hill's a bit of a bitch. Have to basically leave that bridge with a fair amount of momentum going. Now, do we want to switch and you take the other 4 points over here and I take 4 points to the other?
It doesn't matter, but I don't even have any points of logs yet.
Well, I
think this logging station might be bugged or...
I put a crane on the back of this because I had the place open for it. I didn't even think about it.
Alright, I just recovered to the garage. because that's not working, and I got kind of stuck. I guess I'll change the crane.
Yeah, well, I'm using the D class that could call a medium log cart and put a crane on the back.
Yeah.
Because it's my preferred D class. Even though, it has a turning radius that sucks. Wow, that's deep water. I just went to the map view, and boy, that's deep.
So deep, man.
So there's the fuel station. There's the garage. I'm going to have to get a fuel truck out here because I don't think I can make another trip. Luckily, I have a D-Class just kind of bobbing around. I'm just waiting for this to bond up so I flip. Thankfully, this truck is heavy enough that I can just, shove the trailer around and, call it a day.
Yeah, just shove it around. How many lugs is it for small logs to make a load? 4?
I think so. I'm not sure, though. Are you doing 8 per, or?
Do what?
Are you doing the 8 point thing again?
Oh, no, I don't. I can't. Only the E-classes can pull that off by default. Although,
is it
I'm
wrong that
try...
it feels a little bit better that, you're not gaming the system again?
Well, I'm going to try something that I saw on those speed runs.
Oh, no.
Which were really fun to watch, actually.
Yeah, speedruns are...
Someone...
Yeah, a good speedrun, especially one that commentates what they're doing, is really entertaining. That's why I like to watch awesome games done quickly. Because they'll talk about all the tricks.
Yeah. I'm honestly not typically a speedrun guy, but I found out that I really liked watching the Spintire speedruns. Just because it's a different type of game to speedrun.
Mm-hmm. Especially when... Well, it really depends on the game as well, because some of them are... they exploit things that are so broken that you can't really follow along what's going on. But then there's just goofy things that happen that, make it more entertaining. Divinity Original Sin is a good example of that, where they teleport using chairs. And teleport with a broken pyramid, which I found out the pyramid trick is a different category than what I was thinking it was. The chair trick is used in the co-op. So, what happens in Divinity is whenever you sit down, it sets your coordinates. It basically hard locks them. And if you quick travel at the same time while you're setting down to a different map, because it has those coordinates locked in for whatever reason, instead of teleporting you to the quick travel point, it'll teleport you to that map on that coordinate. So there's certain chairs that share similar or exact coordinates, the very particular key plot points.
I see.
And I just thought it was hilarious. So that's why Divinity could be beat in under an hour.
Just skip to the end of the game.
Pretty much. To be honest, they're not missing a lot of plot.
They're missing a very simple yet at the same time convoluted adventure fantasy story plot.
And also the God Box. Don't forget the God Box.
Right? Why are you showing me keyboard Input keys. Oh shit, I dropped all the logs. That was my bad. I fucked that up. It's okay, I'm not speedrunning or anything.
Oh, restart.
I'm not bumping anything with the keyboard.
Okay, so now I get the fuel station's way out of the way. So good thing is that my D class is just in that route. So, well, there's 2 fuel stations, so it's but I'll just hit the one that's literally on the path. So
Nope, that's not right.
go that away, then up and through. Okay. Just making sure I, go the right way. Like you do. Let's see. I'll turn around. Turning around would be useful, right?
Lots of times, yes.
I know with this truck, maybe I should fuel up at the fuel station, then go up the mountain. How annoying is that mountain? On a scale of 1 to road trip.
Taking the path like that,
The
sort of
the serpentine.
trail?
The serpentine.
Oh, wait. Oh, at the fuel station? Oh, that's not bad. It's paved road. There's some rocks and stuff that's fallen across it.
Oh, so
but it's really
so it's like a 2 or 3.
yeah, it's not that bad.
All right. Not even a comment on my 1 to road trip scale.
Yeah, no, this is nowhere near the road trip end of the scale.
It doesn't even bleep the radar compared to it.
No, no worries, mate. Damn it.
Thread the needle. Said thread the needle, and what am I caught on?
Easy there, logs.
Oh, there we go. We go loose. I think. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, 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 yeah. I'm sexy and I know it.
No, seriously, what am I caught on? Problem is that it's dark, so I can't really see all that well. Oh, it makes no sense why I'm not getting any forward momentum.
Alright, so I have now got 12 short logs shoved in the back of my truck. And then I'm going to take them all to the logging thing, unload them, and then reload them 1 pack at a time. Now let's see if the physics get all messed up. Or if I crash or something.
And here I thought you'd just like to sit here and talk politics with me while we spin tires.
I mean, we've done a little bit of that already.
Yep.
Oh, this is interesting.
What?
All of those logs still have mass and physics. And a little bit of a bump just like rocking me over. My crane's up. I can't reset the crane because I got too many logs in there. It'll physics glitch out.
Yeah, we never really did talk about the Supreme Court thing, did we?
Kavanaugh?
No.
No, we have not really talked about that.
Well, we have 20 minutes. Kind of bullshit, huh?
We spent like myself and my trans friend that I went to dinner with last night spent like an hour talking about all of this stuff. I talked about the whole deal with my sister-in-law and everything, and
Yeah, which I'm sure you don't want to talk about here, so I'm not gonna.
no, I'm not gonna talk about that here. But
Well, we could always just someone up, bitch be crazy.
yeah, she's certainly being crazy right now. This is actually kind of scary how wobbly this is with the crane up in the air and all the logs in the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool too, though. Like in some ways, and I'm not just deflecting. I'll swing back around to that. But in some ways, like this is totally like cheating the system. I get that. But in other ways, it's a different sort of challenge. Because this truck really is handling like it's got 3 or 4 loads of logs in the back of it. My center of gravity's all wrong. It's handling very differently. And that's I think a testament to this game and its design, its physics engine, or whatever you want to say, you know, however you want to say it, that they all this stuff has weight to it and causes it to handle differently.
Yeah, it's something that could have easily been just glossed over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta hit the near fuel station.
But anyways, yeah, I've been like various levels of mad and upset and sad and just like,
I mean, granted, I didn't sit and watch the entire thing. Mostly because I think there would have been a lot of swearing on Twitter if I did. But it's one of those things that you look at and you have to think, satire is dead.
yeah. I mean,
I like beer.
Yeah. Whoa, shit. Don't topple over now. Let's go slow. I mean, he's guilty as sin. Like,
Yeah, if he's not guilty of what he's being accused of, he's guilty of something else.
yeah.
He deflected way too much. That's not how someone that is being accused of, wrongly accused, acts.
Nope. But he was just trying to deflect and avoid, and because of how long ago the accused, or the, I guess to use legal terms, the alleged incident happened, they didn't have any physical evidence, and so he was just trying to discredit Dr. Ford's credibility.
The fact that the president actively was discrediting her, is disgusting.
Yeah, like regardless, like, I mean, I shouldn't expect anything different from President Dipshit, but I mean that's just not the sort of behavior, not the sort of thing that such a high government official should engage in, like defaming.
Well, what do you expect from someone that made fun of disabled people on the campaign trail?
Oh no, that's exactly what I expect. He did exactly what I expected. But that doesn't make it any less wrong or any more sad or infuriating.
Yeah, I think what has really pissed me off in this whole thing from about 2015 on, when Trump became an actual legitimate candidate, which the fact that that's a thing is just is that it's always turned into the extreme far left against the extreme far right. And I'm going to stay parked down here so I don't beat you on the hill.
Okay. Also, I want to know if my truck looks like weird or anything from your perspective when I get there.
But okay, I get it that some people see the left as a softification of America, or seeing, I'm just going to turn off my engine so I'm not burning fuel, or seeing even the far left, the SJWs, as going too far, which honestly, in that I kind of agree with. But they've used that as an overall license to be assholes.
Yeah. I'm okay with respectfully disagreeing with people on a lot of things.
Especially on the extreme far left. I disagree with a lot of that.
Yeah. But using someone like instead of respectfully disagreeing and having conversations and things, it's just become, and increasingly so, just yelling and mudslinging and uh, you know, accusations and defaming. Like, if you want to get into the true, like the legal ramifications of this case,
Mm-hmm.
it's generally difficult to convict
Yeah, I see your
someone
load
purely.
highlighted like the no physics for me.
Me driving around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see you perfectly fine sitting there.
Okay, so now I'll pull out in front of you.
Oh, there.
Yeah, I see all the logs just kind of ghosting.
Yeah. This thing's very wobbly. Where am I going? Right there. Lumber mill. Oh, I gotta go across all the mud. I might go get my D class and just pull this thing through. Hey, thanks. We'll see how far I can get, but I'm probably gonna have to pull this thing along.
Well, you could always transfer some logs to me because I have a short log trailer on this.
Did you get the other one?
No, I have a short log on the back of this.
But I've got enough logs to do this lumber mill over here.
Well, I could bank them for you and or carry them with me. Then I could go fuel up. You want to do that?
Do you want a load of logs?
I mean, we could do that. Let me pull the fuel trailer up over here so I could drop it off without it just rolling off. Oh. Besides, you get an achievement for passing off logs.
Oh.
I won't get one, but you will.
Yay.
Alright, so detach my trailer, so I'm going to shut down.
But anyways, if you want to discuss just purely the legal side of the case, I can understand not convicting him because of lack of physical evidence.
But it wasn't a conviction. That's the thing.
I know. But I'm just saying, like, from a purely legal standpoint, I get not going for anything, like not going for a conviction or whatever because of lack of physical evidence. But just everything else involved in that situation should, in a sane world, be enough to be like, okay, you're disqualified from this position.
Yeah. But the fact that his views support certain cases that's coming up, they had to push him through. Boy, your physics looks so weird to me right now.
That's what she said? Question mark?
But I figured this may be easier for you than trying to get through the mud with all of those. Right?
Probably.
Good thing I just put this on the back as a lock because, there was no reason not to, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would have figured it out, though. But I got over here and I was like, gotta go through all of the mud with all of this weird physics.
Okay, so I think you may have to pass ownership over to me. I've actually never done this, so I've never done this before.
I can't. Okay.
Because I just see him still as grayed out. Oh, hang on.
Oh. Yes.
Because I didn't have the... because I wasn't running the engine. Oh, that's a little scary that they all kind of pop in. Oh, hang on. The one ghost one I can't get permission on. That one's I think out of the thing. And it is one more log. Yeah. I need those three basically moved over to the other side. Can you part on the other side, please? I want to see how it looks. Yeah, but it's because I wasn't running the engine. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh. Okay. Loading. I need you to let go of my...
Yeah.
Let go.
Oh.
Okay, and the lumber mill is just over there. Interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
And now you should be able to load up yours, right?
No, because I'm still carrying 2 loads.
Oh.
Because remember, short logs
Oh,
are
right.
worth 3 points, so you need 3 loads of short logs to do a...
Yeah, but it's at
thing.
least easier on you, right?
Yeah. I'm still a little bit wobbly, but I'm noticeably less wobbly than I was before. Although it might have been okay. This ground is a lot less ooshy-gooshy than I thought it was going to be.
Come on. There we go. Alright, let me get out of your way. Go get my fuel. Out of my way, tree trunk.
Turn and then push.
Now the question is, how are you going to load those on yourself? Just drop them to the side?
Yep. I'll pull 4 out. And then I'll load.
Well, at least now we know how to transfer ownership.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the stupid state of politics. The fact that, even if he was innocent, how he acted during the confirmation hearings should have disqualified him in any sane state. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the far right supporters see him as, I guess, an everyday man or something because he likes beer. I don't get why people support him.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Like, there's plenty of people who are not conservative who like beer.
I was going to say batshit insane, but...
Well, yeah, that too. I think most of the people that support him are the people that are like, you have to have hard evidence before you even think of accusing someone of doing something.
How about the videotape of how he acted during the confirmation hearing as evidence that he's unfit?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm right there with you, but they think he's fit. And so they're supporting him.
Because he talked about how the Democrats are attacking him during a confirmation hearing when he's supposed to be impartial, isn't he?
Yeah. Supposed to be, as a judge. I mean, this is just another fucking travesty. And this one
It's going
is
to
going to be the
last for a
hardest
long
to
time.
undo.
Yeah. Yeah, what has it been about presidents that end in 5 always having some sort of problems? I mean, wasn't Kennedy 35? So, he got shot. Lincoln was 15. He got shot. Yeah, maybe there's hope after all. Sorry.
All right, so we got that one done.
Woo. Well, I'm taking the fuel up to refuel my other truck to get the other one done. So we will get this done in about an episode and a half.
If you want to just do this as a slightly longer episode, I'm okay with that because we'll probably only be 15 or 20 more minutes till we're done.
Yeah, it just depends on. Yeah.
And that would be perfect for me to just go to bed because I am tired.
And this will carry us over to November so we can see how the DLC handles, Yeah. I just don't want to give a hard yes or no until I know what's going on with it. Need to go yell at Mailer, by the way, and because I'm still pending over there.
How many more
do you want to do? I think it really depends on how many quality maps we can find.
Okay.
Unless you really want to swap to something else.
No, I'm just curious, like, what your line of thinking is on how long you want to keep doing this game.
Is basically bullshit hour for us for now.
Yeah.
This is almost like a secondary podcast.
Where we can have a little more, we do wander quite a bit on VGL, but we do stay mostly within the realm of gaming. Mm-hmm. But on this, we just, talk about whatever.
Yeah, granted, I do poke you on politics a fair bit, but that's because I don't have anyone here. I mean, hell, my state is so red that, whenever I call someone, I have to use the Russian prefix.
Nah.
Yeah, I have to admit that whenever there was the whole call your senator thing about Kavanaugh, I was very tempted to tweet, okay, so for Manchin, do I use the Russian or the U.S. prefix? Granted, it doesn't really matter because I knew how he was going to go down, no matter what he said. Oh, I hate Manchin. He's the U.S. senator, or one of the U.S. senators for West Virginia, and well, let's just put it this way: at one point, he was talking about pesky due process. No, I'm not joking about that.
Yeah, I need to see if there are multiple Democrats running or not. I mean, I'm obviously not going to vote for a Republican, period, especially not in Tennessee.
Yeah, I used to consider myself an independent moderate, but this has pretty much pushed me over to the Democratic camp. I mean, there are still some things on what would technically be the Republican ticket to that kind of still support, but not so much anymore, If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I support the bullshit ideals that the Republican Party likes to spin as what they are all about. But they're not actually in reality about fiscal conservatism and individual rights and things like that. They're just suppressive,
the fact
scumbag assholes.
Was it the governor of Georgia recently talking about how Taylor Swift getting people to register to vote is a bad idea?
Yep. Also, there's a news story where I think it's the governor of Georgia.
One of the people running for governor of Georgia literally controls who votes.
Yep. And it's 50-something thousand people weren't going to be able to vote because of this person. It's all fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
and I get angrier and angrier about it all the time. Like, I
Before long,
try...
I'm gonna have to give up the moniker Rage. And just pass it off to you. It's like, okay, here you go. You can use it for a while. Just toss it off when you're done.
Yeah. I try not to dwell on it. I try not to bring it up too much.
Sorry if I poke you too much about it.
No, it's fine. The amount, like, one, I mean, I'm comfortable talking to you about it. Again, it's not even the fact that we tend to line up on our beliefs a lot of the time. But, like, you're not a crazy person.
Well, as far as you know.
we can actually talk about things, and it's okay. But most of the people that I know here are either hard left or hard right.
Yeah,
and I'm certainly much closer to hard left than I am the middle. But like some of the ultra extreme hard left ideals, I can't get behind either.
Yeah. And the thing is that because the right has slipped so far, the hard left is becoming a bigger voice as a counterpoint to them. Because once again, it's the we don't like you, so it's a license to be assholes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine 100 years ago the politicians from then seeing how things are now?
Well, 100 years ago, actually no, that was in the 1800s when they used to duel each other. That would have been 150 years ago.
Oh no, maybe that would solve a few problems.
Oh.
And the thing is that so many things that you could suggest to try to solve some of the issues could just be turned back around and used for more voter suppression. Because I saw one person say, well, people should really have to take a class or take some sort of basic understanding of modern events before voting. But that's how the black vote was suppressed for years in the South.
Yeah. I do think that there should be... sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, it's one of those things that, a good idea corrupted, the monkey's paw.
Yeah. I do think that there should be a better focus and education in civil governance and in schools.
Education? You sound like some sort of commie liberal.
Well, that's because I am a commie liberal, friend. Free love and socialism for everyone. Everyone gets a rainbow flag and an ass fucking. Gently,
in that
course.
order?
You can have it in whichever order you prefer. You can have the flag first and then the ass fucking, or you can get the ass fucking first and then the flag. It's up to you.
Hang on, I'm thinking.
But yeah, there needs a lot of kids are still going to ignore it, I think.
Yeah.
Like this generation, I mean, I could be wrong. This generation of kids seems to be much more politically active than my generation or your generation. And I'm not just talking like, millennial, Gen X, like sort of stuff, but like just in general, like, one set or, one age group of kids to the next. Just like this group of kids seems really active. So hell, maybe I'm wrong.
On both sides of the political aisle, really.
Yes, but it seems to be there are more liberal kids than conservative kids.
Yeah, the conservative kids are basically the trolls of today, which honestly, the conservative leaders were kind of the trolls of yesterday when you think about it.
Yeah. But, a greater education in school, at least in, 10 years on, when most people have matured into responsible adults, will be like, oh yeah, I remember the classes I had in school that can help me now to do better.
Well, the problem is, at least in the, where I live, education is always under attack. It's the basics enough to get you, well, in my case, to work in the mines, and that's it. And looking back on how I was taught, a lot of what I was taught in school was either substandard, old and outdated information, or just plain wrong. Or it was taught me so late in the curriculum that I missed out on a lot more advanced stuff. Like, I never took an algebra class because the math classes in my high school were so far behind essentially the national curriculum. It was based around the standardized testing to try to boost standardized testing scores.
Yeah. As far as
and that
Tennessee,
makes me feel like a fucking idiot because I could I'm at the age where trying to learn advanced math now is a bit much.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, could I do it? Yeah, but it's not very realistic to be able to pull it off. And plus, there's little need for me to do so. Since I'm not in a position where it would be useful in my day-to-day life, for the most part. But
as far as Southern...
But it gives you an idea of, the education here.
Yeah. As far as Southern states go, Tennessee is pretty decent. I mean, like, you compare us to a good state like California, New York, basically anywhere way out west on the West Coast or in the Northeast. We're certainly behind the times. But as far as Southern states go, Tennessee's pretty good. It's one of the only Southern states, at least it was. I don't know. Things might be different now. But it was one of the only Southern states that wasn't running a budget deficit.
Well, West Virginia, at least for quite a while, wasn't. They were putting money into a rainy day fund. But the thing is that, well, let's just put it this way. Last time I saw a roundup of education numbers, my state was, I believe, 48th.
Yeah. Tennessee was in, I think, the top half, which, that was my kit. Which is not great, but it's not terrible either, like being 48th in education.
Yeah, and I think the only ones that were worse off were things like Alaska, where, the numbers are starting to be skewed anyway, just by population.
Yeah. Tennessee's also got some things going for it that I don't know if a lot of people realize. Like, I mean, we have quite a few nuclear power plants in the area. We have got...
What, you don't have beautiful, clean coal to give you power?
Well, there's some of that, but we've got 3 nuclear plants in Tennessee, 2 or 3. And then there's TVA. Most of our powers, well, not most of it, but a large percentage of it is hydroelectric power. So the cost of living in Tennessee, like of utilities and things, is quite low, just due to how cost effective and energy efficient hydroelectric power is. We've also got
Are you just trying to get me to move in to be your live-in grilled cheese chef?
Sure, works for me. I'm drawing a blank. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on the name of this. The place where they did the Manhattan Project in World War II in Knoxville.
The town that didn't exist?
Yeah.
I know.
Oak Ridge?
Yeah, that's it. Oak Ridge.
Yeah, we've got Oak Ridge, which is it's dropped a couple of levels now, unless they've made some updates. But at a few years ago, it had like the 3rd most powerful supercomputer in the world there at the research facility. Boasted tons of scientists and researchers from all over the world. I'm sure that's not a thing anymore, thanks to the dumb fuck administration. But we have things like that I don't know if people realize are in Tennessee, which help us out a lot in some of those numbers and some of those key areas. But we still do have lots of backwoods hicks and rednecks and whatnot. Cost of living here, though, is really low unless you live in Nashville, Memphis, Knoxville, or Jackson, or Johnsonville. Where I live, on my income, Like just my income, I'm higher than the median income level for my area of the state. And I don't make a lot of money as a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
You don't become a therapist to make money.
No, you become a therapist to get stories for books to make money.
If that happens when I write that book, that would make me very happy. But I'm not counting on that. One day, though. One day. In the near-ish future. I'm gathering up all of my notes together, and I'm actually going to start working on that soon.
All right, well, I just loaded up logs, and I'm heading out.
Sweet.
It took me a little longer because loading logs on this with the crane is a little bit more cumbersome just because of the location of the crane.
Yeah.
Because it's a medium log trailer, and then the crane is on the truck itself. I mean, it works, but it just, it's cumbersome.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I'm worried about most is, okay, let's assume, all right, that the blue wave happens, but, for some reason, the dipshit can still survive the impeachment process. Because let's be honest, if the Democrats take over, impeachment incoming, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I mean, that's the only reason why it hasn't happened before, is that's just been blocked, because the Republican Party is full of cowards.
Yeah, but I fully expect there will be massive protests and riots in the street if the impeachment process doesn't start by the beginning of 2019, if the blue wave is actually a thing that happens.
Okay, but anyway.
Which I hope it is, but I'm too cynical to believe it will happen at this point.
Yeah, well, let's just assume that, Trump survives, it gets to 2020, and, the blue wave carries on, and the Democratic candidate comes in. I hope it's not Hillary, just because, she's had her chance several times, and I think it's time for the Democratic Party to move on.
Yeah, she's just too old at this point. Like, nothing against her as a politician or a person. I've got my problems with her. But overall, like, I don't think she's just, like, a horrible person or anything. But she is older. And a lot of progressive Democrats want new, younger blood. Or Bernie Sanders. But Bernie Sanders is also, I think, too old at this point.
Yeah, I don't think he would survive the presidency at this point. So it would be getting... I think he's actually older than Trump. Barely.
Yeah, he's in his... I think mid to late 70s, and Trump is in his early 70s, right?
And I was turning the wrong way. Yeah, the fact that Bernie Sanders was considered too old, but Trump wasn't. But I digress. All right, it's going to take so long to clean up so much of the policy shit that's happened that I really think that the next Democratic president is just going to be cleanup crew, and there's not going to be any original policy. It's basically going to be Control Z once again. Yeah. Just trying to undo the damage. And the thing is that a lot of the lifetime appointments, particularly the Supreme Court, unless there's a reason to impeach them, are there. So the court is going to swing conservative for years and years and years to go.
Well, I mean, there's a reason to impeach Kavanaugh.
True.
Fucking raped one person that we know of. I mean, and there are tons of people calling for his impeachment already.
Perjury?
Oh, yeah, perjury, too. I mean, that's what they'd be able to get him on, perjury, but...
But there's just going to be so much to try to fix that I think that, it's going to be an apology tour and trying to repair relations because, damn.
Yeah.
It's going to...
And then we're going to have to...
Yeah, it's going to take at least 4 years to do at least even part of that. And even then, it's going to be a lot of dealing with trying to repair international relations because I mean, the fact that we're branding Canada as the enemy. What the fuck, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Canada's the best. Canada's way better than America. America sucks. Or, well, the United States. Canada's also American.
Yeah, but they're American, but not American.
Right. They're American, not American. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, it's going to be, what's going to be really interesting, I think, is when the next president comes in, all the shit from Trump that's happened behind the scenes that we don't even know about yet comes out.
Yep. But, I mean, the Democrats are going to need to hold at least not just 2 presidential terms, but I think 2 presidents.
And don't forget, we need to drive the cars, by the way. So no main.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here. But yeah. So 2 presidents that each have 2 full terms. Because you're going to need one president to undo all of the damage. And then the second president to actually make progress. Because if we just keep going back and forth, I mean, eventually progress will be made. Eventually, all of these old assholes are going to die. And future generations are always more progressive. That's just how it goes. Like, that's historical fact. So eventually it will happen, but it's just going to be like a, back and forth seesaw until we manage to get it worked out.
Yeah, it's ridiculous just looking at how modern politics is. It really highlights some of the flaws in how the American system was set up, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So are we just driving off, or are we racing around, or what?
No, we should just drive off. Head over to the opposite end, where we can
you mark
easily
where
get
it
past
is?
the guardrails.
Or if you've scouted it out, or
Like right over there.
Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. All right, so pretty much where the other one is.
Going across the dam. Oh, slide and crash.
Yeah, I think any new nation should take America as a lesson, but not the way I think most people would like America to be taken as a lesson. It's of what not to do.
Yeah. I mean, the idea of our checks and balance system is great on paper, but what do you do when it devolves into a 2-party state and one of the 2 parties gains control of everything?
Well,
what do you do?
Well,
you're fucked. That's what.
Well, do you think if we got rid of the first to pass the post system to something similar to what Australia has, where it's more of a deferral system, do you think that would have prevented a lot of our issues these days?
It would help. Australia uses was it ranked voting?
Yeah, ranked voting. That's what I was trying to think of.
Ranked voting still tends to head towards 2 parties, but you get more diversity because people can vote for their favorite candidate as a a blue sky sort of thing. But then they can also mark a second vote as okay, this is my realistic vote.
Yeah,
so there is a chance for more smaller parties to flourish.
Now, I wonder if there's any system out there that could prevent a 2-party system from springing up. I don't think so, really. At least I could think of off the top of my head.
I mean, in the UK, they have multiple parties. I mean, they tend to have, I think they've got 3 major parties, but I think the UK has got 6 active, well-represented political parties with just 2 or 3 that are larger. All right, I'm sitting over here at the edge. I guess, though, this isn't necessarily the dam. This is the rock face.
Mm-hmm.
to back up a little bit so I can go for a run.
Freedom!
No!
Oh! I bounced off the...
I'll save you! Oh god, I'm flipping. Rolling. Oh, I landed on my wheels! I mean, my car's completely destroyed, but I landed on my wheels, so that's
I think we're going to have to
something.
do the other one since it's coming daybreak.
Okay.
My other one's literally right here.
Me too.
I wonder if there's a way to get over the dam, though.
Guardrail's there. Maybe on the other end? Or somewhere in the middle, like there's a place where you can get through.
There should be a ramp. I just caught the rock face on the way down and just started flipping.
Oh yeah, I tumbled end over end also.
Wow, it's so far down you can't even see the water here. I can see the outline of the water. I like the
that
water.
guardrail blocks off the whole thing. You have
Hang
to
on, hang
go-
on. Over here on the right.
Where are you?
Over here.
Oh, on that side.
I mean, it's not as good, but you know, we still get to drive off the dam. I mean, it's better than nothing, right?
Absolutely, it is.
But I'm going to drive out to the middle, then drive off. Take this, hydroelectric power. Oh.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna land in the water upside down.
Yeah, it actually gave me fatal damage before I even hit anything, I think.
My car has 0 damage because it was upside down, so the engine stalled. So it didn't take any damage when I hit the water.
Hacks.
Despite the fact that this car would be ruined. Also, it would sink. Help me!
Well, of
Okie
course, now
dokie.
I need to drive the Jeep into the water. I'm just continue driving things into the water while you tell me about the interwebs.
Indeed. On the interwebs. If you want to find me on YouTube, and you're not on my YouTube channel already, you can do so by searching for Gaming Psychologist. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at JMA4707, where I tweet about all kinds of things. And if you want to hear the two of us talk at length, mostly about video games, you can do so by searching for Video Game Logic Podcast on your podcasting app of choice, or head on over to vglpodcast.podbean.com and subscribe there, or grab the RSS feed directly.
You're not going to ask about me?
What about you, buddy?
There we go.
Where can they find you?
How polite. Well, if you're not watching this on my channel, you can find me over at Gaming with Caffeine Rage, where in theory I would have a lot more content. I need to actually get back around to recording some of it. As I go into the water again. Whee! Oh, this is deep water. I also stream on Twitch. Speaking of water.
Yeah.
My schedule isn't exactly set, so it's if you wish to see exactly when I'm streaming, you can find that over on my Twitter, Gaming with CR, along with my random thoughts and random bullshit. Link dumps for all my YouTube stuff, but I will give warning whenever I'm about to stream, usually a few hours beforehand, until I get some sort of set schedule going. If you want to see that, you can check out over there, or if you want links to everything that we do, the podcast main page has links to everything, which is bglpodcast.podbean.com, as I'm killing time so I could go swimming again.
Indeed, I drove one of my trucks in the water right here.
Oh, this one's disappointing. I need to back up and go off the bridge. But yeah, I think that's it for us.
Alrighty. Well, then that means it's time for me to say.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. Bye now.
See you. I'm gonna go in the water. We need to clean the trucks. We need to make the trucks all clean and shiny before the next map, right? That's how that works?
Yeah. I'm gonna drive off a bridge. Just gone.
You saw mine?
Yeah, I saw that.
So do I get style points for that one?
Absolutely.
I kind of did a barrel roll into the water. And then it went right back, right side up again, I think. Hey, it turns out cockpit camera isn't available when you're dead.
Oh no, I failed. My truck is halfway hanging off, but it's stuck on this guardrail. Can I back up?
I can see a tire. I can see your tire. Join me in the water. The water's fun. It's not death at all.
Seriously?
I can see like you. My camera is so far away that, it's clipping into your truck as you drive over me. And also, I'm slowly being
There we
pulled out.
go. Oh, I crashed into something else.
Probably me.
Because I got the engine damage, then I got like some random like 27 damage from something. Well,
Hey, on the plus side, this truck is salvageable. It's only taken 88 damage of 600.
Mine's at 123. All right. Bye-bye.
Ooh. Hey, my fuel trailer's still okay, but it can't be driven.
Wah, wah.
I should have took the fuel trailer in. Yep. Poison the water for everyone. Missed opportunities. Obviously, I'm not Republican.
Indeed, you believe in regulation and safety.
And driving into water.